Hi Duck fans, I'm Jon McCue. I'm joined by Maggie Kowalska and Laura Barito, our Duck qualifiers for the NCAA Track and Field Championships. Maggie is a javelin thrower and Laura is a #2 in the 400-meter hurdles this year. Maggie, we'll start with you. You were actually a qualifier last season. How does it feel to be going back to the NCAA Championships this year?
I'm really excited to go back because last year I was just excited to qualify, but this year I'm actually ready to place at the meet and go to finals, whereas last year it was more of a learning experience.
Okay. I guess, what are your goals as far as how you want to do in the NCAAs this year?
Well, this year we more so practiced on going to big meets like pen relays so I can get the experience of like a high caliber meet. Last year I was really tense and really nervous before I competed, so I didn't perform as well as I wanted to. This year's goals were to throw over 40 meters every meet, which I basically did, except for a couple obviously, but I just want to go to finals and hopefully place top 5 is my goal.
Right. How do you think your experience from last year, just knowing what to expect when you're out there in Ohio, how will that help a little bit?
It's a lot different because at nationals it's not like there's 2 good girls, like everyone there is good. If you go to nationals, everyone's good, everyone's fast, everyone throws far, so last year that made me really intimidated, but this year I'm kind of excited and ready for it.
Okay. Now, Laura, you've kind of come onto the national scene at least in track and field, kind of out of the blue this year. You're always very good at Stevens. I think you've owned the hurdle record, the school record for a while. But how have you managed to become a national power this year?
I didn't run track at all until I came to Stevens, so I had a lot of room for improvement. I spent a lot of last summer cross-training a lot for swimming and running, so I hurdled probably 2 or 3 times a week, so I think that's really what helped me, was just muscle memory, getting back into it.
Okay. Now you're actually a national champion swimmer this past year. You won the national title in the 50-meter freestyle. Going into this week, you have a pretty good shot, anyway, of becoming a national champion in 2 different sports. How are you preparing yourself mentally for that?
It's tough because I didn't go to nationals last year like Maggie did, so it's a slightly different environment. I'm used to being with a lot of higher caliber athletes, but it's just I think the farthest I've come with running the hurdles is confidence and just being sure of myself and my own race and what I'm doing rather than trying to compare myself to other people.
Right.
So.
And now this weekend is coming up and it'll finally be your last Stevens event. As swimming or track and field. How do you think you'll look back in your time in Hoboken?
I know that the last 4 years that I've worked really hard for where I want to be and what I've wanted to do with Stevens Athletics, and I can honestly look back and say that I couldn't have done anything differently. I couldn't have tried any harder, and it's a great feeling to know that this is the best I could have done, and I'm glad to be leaving Stevens that way.
Oh, that is great. Well, ladies, thank you both for joining us. They will be competing this weekend on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Delaware, Ohio at the National Championships. I wish them best of luck, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
See you next time.